What is up, everybody? Welcome to RZ Jones 18 and welcome to the finale of Summer Hall 2025. That is right, we have made it to the end. We had our little special interlude at the beginning of July with our Superman video. We discussed all the Superman stuff, the movie, and the four figures that I currently have in my collection. Now, we are in August. This is the final month of Summer Hall 2025, and I waited till now because I've been going to Comics and Games a lot here recently, and I've acquired a lot of stuff since the last time we spoke, and I feel like it's time to go ahead and just get into what you guys want to see. What are the new toys to the collection? And it is a nice, it's not like a crazy odd spread, but it's a lot of DC, Masterverse, some Power Rangers, and some Transformers. And very excited to talk to you guys about that for sure. But the first thing we're going to discuss is this fat stack right here. So, beginning of last year, I got into the DC Absolute Universe. Specifically, I started reading Absolute Batman #1. And I was like, I don't collect physical comic books. I'm going to make the exception, and I'm going to get every single issue up to the point for Absolute Batman. And that is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is the entirety currently of Absolute Batman, all the way up into July of this year. And I'm going to start reading it tonight. I'm very excited, but it's not just Batman that I'm getting into when it comes to the Absolute stuff. I also am currently, I believe, caught up on everything on Absolute Flash, issues 1 through 5. The only ones I'm not currently don't have everything for are these last ones. So I have issues 1 and 2 of Absolute Superman. I'm planning on getting Absolute's Superman's 3 through 10 in about 2 weeks. That's the next time I'm planning on getting more books for Superman, and as goes for Wonder Woman as well, 3 through 10 for her. I'll be getting the rest of those as well, and then I'll start reading those once I get those. Absolute Green Lantern. I have issues 1 through 3. I know 4 is out right now. This is currently, because all of these are like their basic ones. This was the only rare I think this is like a limited print version of Absolute Green Lantern #1. Haven't read them yet. Very excited to. And then I'm only missing up to issue #5 of the Absolute Martian Manhunter. I'm only missing 1 issue of Manhunter, and I haven't started reading Manhunter yet either. But I am finding my niche when it comes to comics, and I'm very excited to start reading in the Absolute universe. But I want to show you guys my comics I've been doing here recently, and now we're getting into the figures. So we're going to start from what I got first to where we are currently as of today. So after I went and saw Superman for the 5th time, we went to the mall and I purchased some figures, and one of those figures is this dude right here. So I believe I now have every single multiverse figure for Superman except for variants, and this is one of them. This is the Big Fig Kaiju. So here he is. When you get him out of the box, the tail is detached, but it's very simple to put on. He's got some head movement, he's got waist, and he's got arms that go back and forth, and that's it. He is not a heavy figure by any means, but he is a big, chunky, figure. And if you have like those mini figures, like mini scale figures from Spin Master, I think they would work great with this multiverse Big Fig version of the Kaiju from Superman that they send out to destroy Superman in Metropolis. I wish the mouth opened. That was my one critique with the figure. I wish his mouth opened, but the detail on him is very, very nice. But that is the Kaiju. So I got him. And I was like, well, if I got the kaiju, I want to make sure I have the little one. So I do have also little baby kaiju. But you're like, how do you get baby kaiju? Well, you get baby kaiju with this gentleman right here. This is DC. Whoa, that's a new one. Excuse me. Like, grab his hand. This is DC Multiverse Theatrical Edition Lex Luthor. And I originally passed on this figure because I did not like the suit that Lex is currently wearing. It does not invoke the film for me at all when it comes to Lex Luthor. This must have been like early early concept, possibly, of the figure when they first got him. But I think the head sculpt looks terrific. I think it looks really good. But I got him. He comes with a bunch of fit heads, comes with hands. But I now have my DC Multiverse Nicholas Hoult Lex Luthor in the collection. Very excited about that. And with him, you get little baby kaiju. From there, I went back and I saw Fantastic Four. And the day I saw Fantastic Four, I once again went back to GameStop and I found the figure, one of my most sought after figures of the Multiverse DC line for Superman, besides Superman himself. And that would be Robot number 4. I won't spoil his name if you haven't seen the movie yet. But, yeah, I got Robot number 4, and he looks terrific. The body on this figure is very well done. Because of him being the way he is, lanky and animatronic, they could do a lot more with the joints on this figure. And so he poses very well. Now, he does only get up to like a little over 90 on the knee. He does have the ankle pivot, but he does not have the toe joint, which is very unusual for a multiverse figure. The cape is wired, which I really appreciate, and I adore that smiling head. He comes with some extra faces, as all the theatrical versions of multiverse figures do. But then there was Superman Robot number 4. Now, let's jump to... When was this? Last Wednesday? I think it was last Wednesday. Yeah, it was last Wednesday. My mom and my sister went to the library, and I went to Comics to Games, and that's when I pulled all those comics. And while I was in there, I was looking at, at the time I was looking for Lex Luthor, Robot number 4, was looking for Superman figures, and they didn't have anything. However, someone had just brought in 2 things. They had brought them each in. They've both been opened already and been played with or posed. And I was like, that new Power Rangers game, Readers Rewind, coming out, we're pretty close to the anniversary of JDF's death a couple years ago, and I've been in a very big Power Rangers mood here as of late. I've been listening to the theme songs, I've been listening to and watching some of the shows I watched Once and Always, and I was like, you know what? I want something on the shelf besides the Morpher for collection reasons, and so I got this for $110, and I have thoughts. This is the Hasbro Zap Mighty Morphin Megazord, and so I want to get into this guy. I really, really, really do. This is a crazy thing for me in that I have been collecting figures, I've owned Power Rangers toys, but I've never owned a traditional Mighty Morphin Megazord. And I have heard some mixed things from people I rely on when it comes to toy reviews. And some people really love this thing with its issues, and some people don't like this thing because of its issues. So I do not like the leg system that Hasbro went with on this. It does not work for me at all. And he stands fine. I wish Pterodactyl would stay on a little bit tighter than she does, But here's the big one. I don't know if this was a me thing or if this was the toy thing, but it completely sheared off in the connector for the torso and for the legs. But like I can slide it back in and it holds, but now that diaphragm joint is pretty much non-existent now. Like I am better off just super gluing that joint into place. And again, there goes pterodactyl. I am better off just super gluing that in the middle and calling it a day, but that would mean that I would never be able to pose him at the stomach. Like I can turn his stomach, but I will never be able to use the actual back and forth joint, which is integral for the T-Rex mode and also for tank mode. So I'll be taking away 2 modes from one of the parts of this Megazord and just basically leaving it in this formation, which is what I'm going to end up doing anyway, so it might benefit me to do it. But besides that, I know everybody's been up in arms here recently about Playmates' version of Reignition, another line of Mighty Morphin, what is going on. And listen, I have to give props where props is due. Hasbro did everything they could with this line to convince us as buyers to buy their stuff. And we just didn't. Lightning Collection continuously stayed on pegs, and it just didn't sell well. And the Zap Megazord, Dragon Zord, and the Astro Megazord, which I've heard is the superior of all 3 of them, again, just did not sell well. It was just a fact. And I'm not going to call it a dying brand because it's not. Power Rangers is still very viable. Clearly, because you guys are buying the shit out of their Megazord for $100 when this was $150 when it came out originally, which again I totally get. But as a collector and a fan of the Power Rangers, I've always been staying away from that line simply because it doesn't. Whenever you bring up, it's like, hey, I like Power Rangers. Do you like Power Rangers? And they kind of step away from you. It's a line people are scared to talk about, in fact, they like it. And I watched Black Nerd Comedy's review of Once and Always, and he brought up a really good point in that because of Once and Always here recently, Power Rangers has slowly come back into fruition, and Cosmic Fury, I think, helped a lot as well. And, we just got we got a good game in Rita's Rewind, but I don't know. I really like this thing. I like the fact you can open up all the Dinozords and you can see the Fate and see the Rangers inside. It comes with mini Ranger little miniatures that you can put with him. You take off the faceplate off the Megazord. You can see the Rangers in the cockpit. Hasbro went all out on these Zords, and we just didn't come to play. That was just how it went. And the last thing they did, I think, was the best thing, which was their Master Morpher they did for Tommy, and they ended the line, I think, on a solid note doing that. But people are agreeably mad that, once again, Mighty Morphin is the one that's back on the shelves. And to them I say, but that makes sense. Mighty Morphin is the easiest thing to get kids back into Power Rangers, is with the original show. They're doing the whole Reignition thing of HD remastering them all on YouTube. So my 2 cents when it comes to Power Rangers is that Hasbro wanted to give us an adult collector line, and we didn't buy it. So instead, they're going back to what made Power Rangers more money, which was kids. Hopefully Mighty Morphin can do it again. Well, I have to wait and see. Playmates has Ninja Turtles as well, so crossovers and all that fun stuff is bound to happen down the line. Excuse me. He comes with a beautiful chromed power sword that looks, the Mega Sword, which looks incredible, and then obviously you have the Mastodon head for the shield. And then I can show on this one, I forget, is it this way or is it this way? That's the way. I chose the hardest one to do. Right there, you can see he's piloting the Mammoth Zord, the Mastodon Zord, which is really cool. But yeah, that is the Zap Megazord. I don't regret this purchase at all. I really like him a lot. He's posable. He's got good head movement. It's just style wise, I like him. Execution wise, I think this thing has a lot of issues, which is weird coming from a company that works on robots to begin with that transform. And again, they've had the line since Beast Morphers, and I think the Dino Fury excuse me. I think the Dino Fury Megazord is one of their stronger ones, but then they did Cosmic Fury, and it was just fine. So I think Hasbro slowly gave up on the brand as it went along. They had plans to do so much with it, with specials and TV and stuff, and then, you know, we got the Once and Always special, which I loved, and Cosmic Fury, which I really, really enjoyed. But for toys, I think this is where I'm going to stop. I have the Morpher, I have the Megazord, I'm happy now. I was hoping to find the Dragon Zord today at Comics to Games, but unfortunately someone came in and got it. So I feel like let's just keep this disappointment train going, because we then went to Walmart this past week to look for my little sister's birthday presents, and while we were there, I got a controller for my Switch 2. For 20 bucks, it's fine. The loudest vibrating junction you'll ever hear in a controller. It's ridiculous. Man, sorry. Been a long day. But I realized I needed 2 characters for my Superman shelf. And wow, they look like children. I think that's the only one I think that kind of makes sense, but it makes her look like a little kid. I don't know if I'm going to use these. To be honest with you, I do not like these figures at all. I got the Spin Master Green Lantern and the Spin Master Engineer to go with my Multiverse collection, because they did not put out multiverse versions of Green Lantern or the Engineer. Ugh. Sorry. If it's not nose, it's yawning now, apparently. Go figure. But the head sculpt looks fine, but it's so kid. Like, this is a kid's figure. When you look at this, and then you look at this, like, it's night and day how much this is a kid's figure over being an adult collecting figure. And listen, I know adult collectors love the Spin Master stuff, don't get me wrong, but he got loose leg syndrome because of the way they do the legs on this. And I simply got these 2. Here's the other one, the Engineer, which, again, looks fine. It's just, I want multiverse versions of these. Please, Todd, give us multiverse versions of the Engineer and of Guy and of Hawk Girl. You know, I want better versions of these 2. I really do. They will stay on my shelf because, like, from a wide point of view, they look great. It just, I wish these were better, but they will stay on the shelf because I just need these 2 characters on the shelf. That's all there is to it. But now, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this video. I feel like I've been grazing through all this stuff to get to this part. So today was our next library / comics to games adventure, and I went in there for the full intent to complete my comics collection. They did not have what I wanted, which was fine, because I came out all the better for it. I'm gonna move. That's fine. Move him down there, because I bought 2 new Masters figures. I bought a new figure to get me back into a line again, which we'll talk about. But then I also bought a relatively special figure that we'll save for last. So I canceled my pre-orders because they had said these weren't coming until September on Big Bad. But I got them early. I got Bo from Cartoon Collection. which I'm very happy with. But the one I'm most excited for is this little lady right here. This is Cartoon Collection Shadow Weaver, and she's everything I wanted and more. I absolutely adore her. She does have a peg at the bottom that I can stick her on a stand if I wanted to. I'm wondering if she was supposed to come with the stand, and they just decided, nah, it's fine. She can be popped off at the waist, which I find interesting. She does. I'm thinking the book must have fell over there, or the book might have fallen here. She comes with a little spell book, and she also comes with her version of the wand, and she holds them both nicely. My wand came out a little warped, but it's nothing crazy I can't fix. But she looks terrific. It's so nice having two more She-Ra figures on the shelf, and so they will happily be displayed on the shelf. Bo also comes with an arrow that I think was an unnecessary accessory. You can't really do anything with it. I think he just looks good on the shelf with Frosta and She-Ra, but Rebellion continues to grow. So from there, I went in and I bought my comic, the piece, and then I went back in and I got Shadow Weaver and Bo, but I also got this guy because I kept staring at him. I've heard so many great things about this figure, and it was like having the Masterpiece version of him again, but in a way that was more affordable. And I think I spent almost the exact same amount of money that I spent on my original Masterpiece. Studio Series 8621 Ultra Magnus Commander Class. I caved, everybody. I got a new Transformer, and I love him. He's incredible. He's so detailed. He's got this really cool gimmick where you can open up the chest. Sometimes this really wants to work, and sometimes this doesn't. Oh wait, yeah. You pop these out. Sometimes it's gonna be there we go. So when you do that, let me show it again on camera. That pops open to reveal his Matrix Chamber, which again, very cool. I'm telling you right now, as a collector of Transformers, of whose own Masterpiece Transformers, this is just Masterpiece scale down. Like, that's all this is. This is a scaled down Masterpiece Ultra Magnus, and I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. He comes with my first ever blast effect, like giant one, but he also comes with his guns. And again, these look exactly verbatim like his guns did in the MP version. It's crazy. These are the exact same guns, just smaller. He transforms exactly like the MP one, including the fact you can take away the cab part and make it a separate vehicle, which is incredible. But I got him, and I loved him. Now, the last time we were at Comics to Games, they also had another Transformer that I was looking at, and he cost $239.99. This is a Masterpiece figure, and he was expensive, and I did not want to get him simply because I know this figure in its base form is one of the most intimidating Transformers to get because of how complicated his conversion from alt to robot, from robot to alt. And I've now transformed this figure 4 times. It gets easier every time you do it. You understand how things fold and remove and put itself in. And I have owned almost every version of a Masterpiece Optimus Prime. I have owned MP01. I've owned MP10. I've owned Beast Wars Primal. I've owned a Bumblebee Movie Prime. I've owned MP Optimus Prime Transformers 1. Give it for 20 minutes, but I owned one. It was a broken one in the box. It was a big haluki. But I have not owned, and now with the MPG 12 Optimus coming out next year, to replace this one, I usually wait about 3 years to get an MP Prime, just see how Takara's come along since the last time we did it. And I got MPG. Is he MPG 12? What is the new one coming out? MPG 1? The new Optimus Prime. But this is MPG 12. This is Masterpiece Shatterglass Optimus Prime. This is the Autobot Lord of Destruction. This is the anti-Optimus Prime. This is the Prime that, you know, is in the Shatter Comics universe the bad guy, whereas Megatron's the good guy. I have his head off currently because I have this head on the figure, and so it's easier to transform him without his head on, so I just pop the head on the ball joint and it's fine. I'm not going to convert this on camera. This figure is incredible. It is super complicated. This is not your child's Transformer, even remotely. This is not your child's Transformer at all. This is an adult collector Transformer through and through. And if you think you have the capability of transforming him, then by all means, go for it. But this is not your child Transformer. This thing is complicated. Every time back and forth, it's about a 20-minute conversion for me. I'm getting faster, but I love the color. I love the color scheme. I love that it's a different version of Prime. I love that on the top of it, it says "Till all are one." The shattered glass here at the front. Real rubber tires. He rolls like a dream. It's my first time owning an MP44 mold, and I don't hate it. I thought I was going to hate this figure, but I don't. I love transforming him. I'll probably transform him again once I get off camera. But I know this is a short one to end. I know we're kind of doing this on an abrupt thing. I don't know why I'm so tired, but I guess I am. But to put it onto a note, in the time that we have been doing this, I have done 6 videos on the channel since I moved here to Kentucky. I did my first getting here, collection room getting set up, and now we're here, full swing ahead, final part of the Toy Haul series, and feels really good. All things considered, work's going really well, and you know, I've collected, since I've lived here, I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I know there's some back there. Frosta. I got all the turtles. I think collectively almost 30 figures, all in all, and also including the SDCC He-Man stuff. And it all fits somewhere. Like, I'm not just getting figures for the sake of having figures. Like, my Transformers are going to stay right here on my little display area. They're going to be standing up here next to each other and posing with Magnus' backdrop. The He-Man figures are going to go over there. The DC stuff has its own space. Everything has a spot. It's not all just clustered in one room. Everything has its spot in this vicinity, and it feels good. Now, what are we going to be doing moving forward? I am figuring that out. I am going to obviously make videos as things come up. Snake Layer, I want to bring that up. Not getting it. Not going to do it. I have decided I'd rather put my money into my next big purchase of the year will be my next figure I get. Because Multiverse for me is done. I don't need to get anything else from Multiverse. I've got all the Superman stuff. I'm happy with it. Power Rangers, good. Transformers might be my next endeavor again, which I don't know why I'm putting myself through that again, but I really want to collect Studio Series 86. I love the Transformers in the movie. I love all the characters in the movie, and I know it's going to be not hard, but I know it's something I can do. If I want to sit down and actually look at it, I can collect all the Studio Series figures if I want to. Now, while I get Commander Class Prime, he is about a Commander Class scale. Him and Magnus are really close to each other. he will not scale well with the Megatron. So I don't know. I haven't decided yet. However, I am getting 2 Hot Toys this year. One will be in December. One I'm probably thinking will be in October. Probably, because that thing's never really been big bad, because no one wants to spend that kind of money on a figure, which works for me because I always have a backdrop that I know I can go get it. But I'm getting 2 Hot Toys this year. One being Superman, the other one I want to save and show off. Screw it. It's the Batman. I know I already did a video on him about a year ago, but I am getting the Batman with the bat signal. I got rid of my other one because of moving and space, and I didn't know where to put him. But I'm getting him back, and he'll be going on the DC shelf. I'm getting Batman and Superman this year, Hot Toys wise, so that's really exciting. Batman, probably in October. Superman, probably December or January is when he'll be shipping. I pre-ordered him through Big Bad, so I'm being patient and letting that figure come out when it wants to. I already put my deposit down and everything. No canceling it now. But all in all, guys, this was a successful year again in Summer Haul 2025. Once again, we'll come back again next year in between May and August for Summer Haul 26. And we'll have a lot more to talk about figure-wise, hopefully come that time next year. Masters, at that point, I think Masters and I will be done, like collecting-wise, unless Creations continues. Hopefully we get the rest of the line. But Fright Zone comes sometime this month or September. And then I'm just going to be collecting figures. By that point, I'll be collecting Creation figures. I need to get Shirella still. That's one on my list. I need to definitely pick up. But I am nearing the end of my Masters collection. Once I get the rest of Origins, I'm going right into 2000X. You thought I was done Masters? Are you crazy? Heck no. Now that I know that they're doing the Masters 2000X line for Mattel, that's my next line I'll be collecting after my Origin stuff is done. Going from vintage to the next one, which will be 2000X. Now, who will get my money first, Mondo or Mattel? We'll find out when we find out the prices of that He-Man. That's when I'll know who I'm going to be collecting for Masters after that point. But yeah, guys, thanks very much for watching the Summer Haul series of 2025. I hope you guys all enjoyed every single episode that has been put out. And until then, like, rate, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite purchase of the summer was. Hopefully you guys all had a good summer. We're now going into holidays. We're going into fall and all this fun stuff. And new adventures await. But until then, I'll see you guys then. Have a good one.